With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. On the visitor's sideline, Niners head coach Kyle Shanahan. And after some struggles early on, it seems like they figured things out. Winners of 2 straight to get back to 500. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
Unfortunately, just started 9 games last season because of injury, but did have 20 touchdown passes for the 2nd straight season. What makes him great in this offense? His ability to understand defenses, process, and make great decisions about where the ball should go.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 16 carries, 101 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Purdy. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Back to throw, Purdy. He completes it to Evans. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
The reigning Super Bowl champion Seahawks taking the field behind a guy who has now established himself as a franchise quarterback in Sam Darnold.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Looking to put a drive together. Darnold now to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Second and 10. Now Darnold. It's the electric return man getting involved in the passing game with Shaheed. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Here's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith-Njigba. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
JSN, as he's known everywhere around the league, was the Offensive Player of the Year in 2025 with nearly 1,800 yards receiving. Why is he so dominant? Terrific combination of route running and hands.
To the air again, Darnold going right back to Smith-Njigba. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. The Seahawks had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Here's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on set. Now it's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Niner defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Darnold. That one caught. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Here's 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. A short one caught by Barner. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
Purdy now to throw. That's to the tight end. It's Jake Tonjes. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A great play by Derek Hall to drop him behind the line of scrimmage.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Purdy looking to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on the punt. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, That allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
Complete to Rashid Shaheed. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Barner, the tight end.
Donald's pass.
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 61 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks nothing. Eddie Piñeiro.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
At their own 27.
Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Darnold now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. On the carry, Charbonnet. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And Charbonnet once again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now run by Charbonnet. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Purdy bootlegging it. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play call. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy. Outright, there's Tonjes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Over the middle to Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In motion goes the tight end. And this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That one complete to Tonjes. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Now for the field goal try. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this is up and good from Pinheiro. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And out now come the Seahawks. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Darnold. Over the middle, finding Barner. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Darnold now to throw. Open man. He's got his tight end, Elijah Royal. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And last time they got 3. field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
49ers are counting on Mike Evans to be that valuable veteran who gives them big-time production. Remember, his first 11 years in the league, over 1,000 yards receiving each season.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A first carry here for Jordan James. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's got Watkins on the out route. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And throwing here, Purdy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And they'll accept that penalty. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. As we take a peek here at how their last handful of drives have gone, a touchdown their last time out, and now they'll try to tack another one on here. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Purdy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put. And Darnold got to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. And that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Eddie Pinheiro on now. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And this is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. He's up near 100 yards now here in the 2nd quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
At had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Down the field, he's got Shaheed. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First down and goal to go.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
To throw is Darnold.
49ers 6-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Keon White got in there for the sack. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Myers' kick is good. And that gets him back within 10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Purdy from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Purdy now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Out of the gun, Purdy. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Third down and 6. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And running with power here. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fred Warner. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Purdy. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Purdy off the play fake. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touch. Translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a gain of 11. And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
From the 50, it's Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Faking the give, Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Darnold now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Darnold. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Houghton. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw, Darnold. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
2nd down and goal. Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Coaches talk all the time about the value of special teams, and we have seen it in this game, Charles. Not one block kick, but now 2 of them in this contest.
And always, 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 we talk about adjustments during a game. Offense and defense, series to series. Rarely do we talk about special teams. Someone didn't adjust from block 1 to block 2, and it really cost them.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And some room for him there as he'll take this out to about the 15. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing here, Purdy. And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. Here comes the 49ers punter down as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Horton. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. Darnold to throw again. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Darnold. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Niners are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
At the 31-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Good job of just taking what's there. He found his man over the middle for the first down. Everyone always wants to see the big highlight plays, but those smart decisions that keep the chains moving are just as important.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Wiggles free. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
At the 31. A gain of a yard.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. The tight end in motion right. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll be forced to kick this right into the teeth of the wind. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 12.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Keon White picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career, hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And it's fielded at the 34. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Purdy. Throw over the middle, caught by DeGuara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Tackled that time by Derek Hall. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
A 47-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Seahawks will.
They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
The score, Niners 29, Seahawks 19.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better. It's the vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration. It's all been on display throughout. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
82 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long from the 41. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's McCaffrey. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Here's 3rd and 3. Purdy now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. On the move past the 40. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
The Niners receiving room is loaded with people who run excellent routes and know how to find the sticks to create first downs. But Stribling is a true deep threat. A 4.36 40 at the combine. Expect Purdy to find him deep and often.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's Purdy. And he comes back with one complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Piniero's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw is Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And quickly they get to the line.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his man. Complete. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Here's Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Up the middle they go. It's Black. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
22 yards. First down, San Francisco.
Here's James. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
At the 26-yard line.
James. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun. Purdy. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks.
And remember, they're out of timeouts, so he spikes it here to stop the clock. 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33.
And the Seahawks first down.
And no timeouts at their disposal here, so he gets up and spikes it to stop the clock.
Got it. Ready?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as
he let him a bit too much.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He's been blocked twice already. Myers' kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So the victory here for San Francisco, and I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to